they look at, I need marketing skills. I don't want to go to an agency. They're going to overcharge me. I need someone to consult me on that or become part of my team on a part-time basis. So the word fractional is fancy talk for part-time. And what happens is you get someone on your team for as little as 1 day a month or as much as needed at a significantly lower cost than maybe hiring that kid you were talking about, just graduated with his MBA, has yet to have any experience. And even with that, if he gets a job in marketing, he's going to be 60, 70 grand a year minimum. We have clients that, we're talking a grand worth of services to take them to the next level or even less. So what a fractional chief marketing officer is in layman speak, regular guy talk, it's a part-time marketing guru at significantly lower cost than you would find any other way.
Well, it sounds like possibly a godsend for a lot of people that not only are they the CMO, they're the CEO, they're the janitor, they're the soccer, transportation. So.
When I got my start as a kid, I wish that I had access to somebody who has that level of experience to help me not have to learn the hard way so many different times as I started to build little businesses as a youngster.
Well, yeah, literally a youngster. I wanted to take you back there and let's say, were you entrepreneur? I guess you're saying you were entrepreneurial as a child.
Yeah, even when I was a kid in middle school, I found these catalogs that you could buy stuff online and would buy, for example, the ceramic pins or T-shirts from the most popular bands in town. Mm-hmm. And I would get them at a really low price and keep them in my backpack at school and sell them to the other kids at fair market price, but it made money for me.
Yeah. I was doing the same kind of stuff.
Always looking to, I would go to garage sales and buy audio equipment and clean it up and turn around and sell it in the classified ads and do a whole bunch of things to make money.
Were your parents entrepreneurial? Where'd you get this?
My grandfather, on my mom's side, during the Depression, made his living making literally a nickel at a time, sweeping the floor at printing factories. Mm-hmm. When I was a kid, he owned one of the largest full-service letterpress adhesive printing companies in the whole Cleveland area. 85% of all the car batteries in the U.S., as I understand it, had his labels on those batteries.
Wow.
So yeah, I come from entrepreneurs. Of course, my other grandfather was third generation in the first full service funeral home in the whole Midwest of the United States. So there's a little bit different business.
Full service. In other words, what is not a full service? Would you have to dig your own hole or what?
And not full service funeral home doesn't have its own crematorium. They outsource the prep, so.
Do they have a drive-through window or anything?
They do. Yeah. It's in that neighborhood we don't talk about,
Right. So did you go to school? I mean, were you entrepreneurial all the way till now or what?
Yeah, I got my undergraduate in international trade, which was always my interest, was working overseas. And then as you described, I didn't have the master's degree that would have got me to the level of the positions that I wanted.
Yeah, you would have really you'd have been high up at Starbucks. Yeah.
No. When I looked at it, there wasn't a job for MBAs in Starbucks. It was just unemployment.
Yes.
So, but I knew that I needed to know more. So I went back to school and got a master's in the field of psychology that focused a lot on the industrial space to really understand that whole mindset, the psyche behind buying strategies on a global basis. So that was sort of my beginning of being able to develop marketing strategies that work throughout the world. I've worked and sold into about 120 different countries in my career.
So did you have the dreaded JOB and then transitioned in your own company? How did that come about?
Well, I did both. While I was in school studying, I worked at psychiatric hospitals in the overnight shift, which is a whole other topic for a different discussion. Yeah. Went to work for a company also while I was doing that. And as soon as I graduated, because I had the skill set, I went in private practice and worked so that I could fund my consulting business. Mm-hmm. So I worked as a psychologist for a period of time, or as they called it back in those days, a counselor. But